Warning! We are about to spoil Mad Max Fury Road. If you haven't seen the film and plan on watching it, then click away now. Or if you've already seen it, or you just don't care, then please stick around. Witness me!
Actually, this is an audio podcast, so people wouldn't witness anything.
Listen to me! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. We are back at it again, and boy, do we have a fun adrenaline-fueled ride for you all.
We haven't been with this series since episode 101.
Yep.
RNG is annoying.
It really is. One of the downsides not having an actual physical spinning wheel, though that would be amazing to get at some point.
Again, it still would be just as random.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. This one seems to particularly hate us, though, so...
Yeah, but then I think about how, shuffle on iPods isn't truly random.
Yeah, there's, always, a numerical chance somewhere.
Well, they had to update because people got annoyed thinking it wasn't random because it would keep picking the same songs. But it was random, that's just how chance works.
That's crazy.
But this movie wasn't made by chance. This movie was really thought out for, storyboard first.
Yeah. So this comes to us from Australian director George Miller. This is the fourth entry in the Mad Max film series, Mad Max Fury Road. Man, that silence.
Love good silence.
Yeah, and it's very effectively used in this movie.
With this movie, first off, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Even if you haven't seen the other Mad Max movies, it's a good fucking movie.
Exactly. You don't really need to know anything else about the other Mad Max movies. It's just, you just have a general idea of who Mad Max is. It's a post-apocalyptic world. Have fun with it.
It's post-apocalypse, war's gone, war happened, yeah. Max is mad.
Yeah, and I will say with Furiosa, you definitely have to see this one beforehand, but this is the first one. You don't need any requisites for it. Just watch Mad Max Fury Road.
But also a reason to say watch this is because the synopsis is going to be real short with this one. This is a movie that focuses heavily on being a visual medium.
Yes, very visual, and the thing is, you go from action set piece to action set piece. It's so adrenaline fueled, but when you really step back and think about the plot and where they go ultimately, it's actually pretty simple.
If I wanted to be very pedantic, the summary of this movie could probably be 3 sentences.
Yeah. But we're not going to do that to you. We're going to try to have at least some semblance of it. But we were both talking beforehand, and we're like, this might be the shortest synopsis we've had in a while, so we'll see.
Yeah. But there's a lot still to talk about in the movie. It's just, it's not a character thing. It's weird. We will get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that weird little summary thing.
Ooh, how fun.
We opened with Max taking a piss. He's just out in the desert talking about how the world seems fucking crazy. And then a bunch of dudes show up and try to take him. And successfully do, while flipping his car 6 times.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick opening stunt.
All practical, and the stuntman specifically wanted to flip as many times as he physically could.
Nice. Kind of similar to what happened in Casino Royale, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, in 2028.
Yeah.
Max is taken to their camp. These are the war boys. They figure out his blood type. He is a universal donor, and they're writing all the information on his back. Oh, I should have kept IMDb up because they actually wrote down what is on his back. It says totally psychotic, keep muzzled.
That's great.
Or and the other one I remember is P. Fair enough.
Yeah. And they even say, like, later on, this one's feral.
Which he's about to be branded with this gang symbol. But that's when he breaks out of his chains, tries to run again, reaches a cliffside though, so they catch him again. We get a title card, and we see the other characters we're getting for this movie.
Yeah.
Like Furiosa setting up her car. Editing is fun.
Yeah.
Uh, this place is run by Immortan Joe, a big old dude who's in like bulletproof glass armor with metals on it that makes him look buff. And we also see Furiosa, who is driving this big rig, and that big rig's going to Gas Town so they can get gas.
Yeah. And Immortan Joe is always wearing this mask.
A mask of horse teeth and Russian gas mask parts.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking metal.
They were actually, in the behind the scenes, they were like, we tried so many different tubes, and then we were just like, Russian gas mask? Russian gas mask.
Yeah! That's awesome.
But yeah, Furiosa just needs to go to Gastown. It's a straight line from their camp. You can see it off in the distance. You can also see it in the video game if you play that. Pretty good game.
Yeah. I have yet to do that.
That's where she's heading. Until she isn't. Deciding randomly to turn left, all the people in her convoy. I was trying to think of the word.
Convoy.
But yes, all the people in her convoy are like, where are we going? We're going east. Okay, I'll pass it down. We're going east.
Yeah. I do like how the war boys are actually like loyal to Furiosa. Like she's in charge right there and then, and they just follow her orders to the end. Like no questions, just like, all right, we're doing this.
It's like, yeah, there's Immortan Joe, and then right below is Furiosa, basically.
Yeah, she's an Imperator, I believe they call them.
However, Immortan Joe and his goons back at base see that Furiosa turned. And everyone goes, huh, why would she do that? That's enemy territory. However, Immortan Joe quickly panics and then goes and checks on his baby mamas.
Yep.
Basically a bunch of women who are forced to have kids because they aren't horribly fucked up like everyone else.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up thing, and they call them breeders, I guess.
And it turns out Furiosa has taken them. So Immortan Joe calls for his entire army to get the fuck out there and go get at his baby mamas back.
Yep, and they like write on the walls like, we are not your property, we will revolt, so they know that she took them and they begged her to go.
Yeah, there's also an old woman in there who has a shotgun and decides not to shoot the crazy asshole, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, she doesn't even fire the pistol until he's already like at her and already grabbed the shotgun and already has it halfway raised. Like, reflexes. I know you're old, but come on, you had so much time.
He walked up to you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a charge.
No, it was like a power walk. It was hilarious.
I know his chest is made of like plexiglass, so it's bulletproof, but still.
Yeah.
He calls everyone, cut back to Max, who is being used as a blood bag by one of the war boys. His name is Nux.
Yep.
Nux gets pissed because he sees his driving partner is going to go without him. And he's like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die in battle. We'll just take the blood bag, hook him to the front of the car, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. I'll have that crazy blood running through my veins, so I'll be a stronger warrior.
And they almost kiss, and then they go.
It's so borderline homoerotic. It's great.
The army chases after the convoy. People in the convoy also start to figure out, hey, they wouldn't be coming after us. Also, another gang who lives in this part, who covers like all their vehicles and spikes, they start attacking. So we have Immortan Joe's army, we have these guys, we have the convoy. Everything's just kind of going quickly to hell.
There's like several factions all chasing down this one convoy.
Luckily, a sandstorm hits, so Furiosa is able to drive in that. However, Nux is fucking crazy, and he drives after her, tries to catch up. The storm eventually becomes too much, And also Max has to stop Nux from fucking suicide bombing himself.
This is held together with like duct tape at this point. All right.
Seems we got sucked up in an actual sandstorm, but
Yeah,
just like the movie, where the storm clears, Max wakes up, Nux seems dead.
literally.
However, Max is still chained to him with the IV because he's been a blood bag this whole time.
Yeah, and they didn't just like, oh, let's put a needle in a thing. No, he is chained. It's like a needle wine mixed into a chain, so he can't take it off.
And it's attached to a muzzle he's wearing.
Yeah, they put it like right in his jugular, which is disgusting.
Which I realized by the phrasing it sounds you made it sound like they put the mask in his jugular. You mean the needle?
Yeah, not the mask itself. They put the needle. My apologies. I should have been more specific.
Well, let me put my mask on. Decapitate yourself.
Yeah. I was gonna do a reverse jigsaw trap, but you just did it for me. Shit.
Max finds a double barrel, and since Nux is tied through a car door, there seems to be only, and Max can't seem to pull off the chain. There's one solution here. However, gun don't got good bullets, so Max is stuck kind of carrying him, but luckily he sees the big rig off in the distance.
I thought it was like due to the fact that it was buried in the sand, it had something to do with it wouldn't ignite.
No, it's just the bullet failed.
Yeah. Well, the gun itself didn't fire though. Clearly something happened because he later on, but
Well, no, the gun still fired because you see it spark, so it hit the primer, but it didn't actually fire.
okay. So is there no bullets in it? Well, no, he showed the bullets, so I'm just confused as to how the bullets didn't fire.
The bullets were duds, basically. They just didn't work.
Gotcha.
It could be the sand, or they could just be bad bullets because, it's the apocalypse.
That's also true. Yeah, everything's kind of scrounged together. Okay. Anyway, sorry, gun nerd. Moving on.
Gun moments. Sees the big rig and then goes up. We see Furiosa and all the other women. They're cleaning themselves off with a hose while Furiosa is basically digging out the truck and making sure it doesn't overheat with all the sand.
Yep.
Max gets some water while holding everyone at gunpoint. Then tries to have one of the girls come over and cut the chain with a bolt cutter. However, during this, Furiosa charges him and they start fighting. Needless to say, fighting. Max eventually gains the upper hand due to a pistol and also Nux waking back up. Nux frees Max, being like, "Hey, if we turn in Furiosa and we turn in all the girls, we're set for life."
Yeah, we got this.
Or Joe's gonna love us. Max doesn't care. He's about to steal the big rig and even starts to drive away, not giving a shit what happens to any of these people.
Yeah, and the women who are escaping, they're oddly nonchalant about it, just kind of watching it drive off.
However, truck dies. Furiosa. Also, one of the girls did try again in truck. Max shot at her and only scraped her inner thigh with the bullet, basically.
Yeah, didn't quite shoot her, just grazed her.
But truck turns off. Furiosa runs back up and is like, "Hey, yeah, I put a kill switch in there. If you want to keep going, I'm the only one who can run this truck.
Yep.
I'm also not going anywhere without the girls, and Moore and Joe isn't going to be happy you hurt one of them." So he's like, "Fine," and the adventure begins.
Hooray.
This is going to become a lot quicker now, because if we go into the detail of every single fight, the synopsis will take longer.
Yeah.
But we're also just going to keep talking about the fights after the synopsis. So, I don't know.
Fucking, we'll just go by... We'll see how we feel.
So, they're driving off. Furiosa's original plan was to go to a canyon and then trade a giant thing of gas she has on the back of the truck with another gang to block off the path so they can get to the green place.
Yes. This mythical land.
A land where there's, plants, there's life, which is very rare in this desert nuclear apocalypse.
Yep.
So, we get there while also being chased by Amor and Joe the entire time. By this by the time they get there, Furiosa and Max have at least grown a mutual respect for one another. Like, okay, here, you can have a gun. We're we're all we'll work together. Here's how the truck works in case shit goes bad.
Yeah, they don't fully trust one another, but they at least have a mutual respect. We're not quite to partners yet.
Furiosa tries to go make the deal, but the gang is pissed because Amor and Joe's basically entire army is coming for them.
Yeah, he was like, you said like maybe a few people. That's like 3 entire like hunting parties I see.
It's like 3 platoons, dog.
Yeah.
Furiosa just kind of assumes the deal isn't going to go through, which is weird because of a line later implying that they still would have done the
Yes.
deal.
Yeah, which is yeah.
Hey, miscommunication, no trust.
Yeah.
It's the apocalypse. I get it.
Yep.
We get the fight scene that is shown in basically every editing class now.
I graduated college before this movie came out, so I didn't have that experience.
Nux also between this time, Nux got back on the truck, attacked them, but they kicked him off, and he told Amor and Joe like, "I know where he is. I was on the truck. I can help."
Yeah, I have his shoe. See?
No, that's a Slit who has the shoe.
Oh, that's Slit. I forgot. Sorry.
Nux has something that one of the breeders is wearing, like some of her clothes.
Right.
Sorry. I also want to just say on set, apparently, who's playing Max? I already forgot his name.
Tom Hardy.
If Tom Hardy saw anyone's like nipples slip out of the costume or their ass was showing, he wouldn't just kindly tell them, of course. He would overact like a cartoon and go, "Oh,
that's hilarious." Oh, gotta love Tom.
Well, they did block off the canyon, so only a few of Amor and Joe's people can make it through. The rest are going to have to dig their way through. Nux goes with big attack on the truck again. Nux trips once, which makes Amor and Joe think he failed and say he won't get to Valhalla.
Yep. Mediocre.
Mediocre. One of the Breers, who is like the most pregnant, she helps out during the chase. However, they drive too close to a rock. She gets hit and run over by Amor and Joe by accident. Mm-hmm. So she's dead. That isn't great.
Nope.
This pisses off Amor and Joe, but it allows our crew to get away at the very least. Night stuff happens.
Some very gorgeous blue night shots like in the 80s.
Which during this, we also find out that she was pregnant with a boy, but the baby didn't make... Neither her or the baby made it, which pisses them off, Amor and Joe and his son off even more.
Yep, and the son's like, I lost a brother and is going to get revenge.
Also, one of the girls goes up to be lookout and finds Nux, who's just been hiding in the back of the truck, and has a sweet little moment with him, like, hey, you don't have to be a war boy. It's all it is just a waste of time. He's just trying to get you killed.
Mm-hmm.
Max and Furiosa also have a bit more time to grow to like each other. We also pass by a weird swampland and creepy bird people.
Yeah, they're just there. That's what they do.
Also there was a dude from, I think it was the Bullet Farm, who had a tank and he was able to follow along, but they take him out pretty easily.
Yeah.
And eventually they make it home. They make it to where Furiosa wanted to make it, with her old gang of a bunch of old women. And these women did have a plantation that had water and food growing, and it was the green place.
Yeah.
Keyword was. It turns out that swampland they passed through was the green place. Something happened, the water went bad, the place flooded, it just died, basically.
Yeah. The water went bad, and then the crows came, and nothing grew.
Furiosa has that wonderful emotional moment that is shown anytime this movie is brought up as well.
Yep.
And they make a deal with Max. It's like, hey, you guys, here's a bike with food and water. You can go wherever. You can come with us. We're going to drive Just keep driving east for 180 days and hope we find something. Max tries to go lone wolf, but then goes back and is like, they have water and plantations back at Amor and Joe's base. And all the army is either already dead or they're not there.
Yeah, the place is completely unguarded, and the only people there are the sick ones.
The sick or weak who wouldn't be able to fight.
Yep.
So let's just go fucking back and take it over.
Bam.
Drive back, big fight scene, back and forth between Amor and Joe and the gang. Most of the old women die, but eventually we are able to kill Amor and Joe in a rather sick way where it rips off his lower jaw.
Yeah, such a cool kill.
Everyone gets out into Amor and Joe's car with Nux left in the I forget what they call it, the war rig.
The war rig, yeah.
And he's like, I'll catch up with you. Nux isn't going to catch up with them.
Wah, wah.
Instead, Nux flips the truck to block the archway that the army spent all day clearing up, which causes a big crash. Basically, all of Amor and Joe's army is dead. Furiosa almost dies, but luckily, since Max is a universal donor and also knows how to do the movie thing where you stop a lung from collapsing.
I'm assuming it's his police experience.
Sure, but also in movies, just everyone seems to know how to do this perfectly.
Yeah, everyone knows the exact spot and where to put it and how to do it so it doesn't like hit other vessels. And yeah, everyone, no, it's natural, man.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
But we get back to base. Furiosa and gang go up to be the new rulers of the place, and Max wanders off into the distance. The end.
And that was Mad Max Fury Road.
If you want the even shorter version of it, Max and Furiosa go to a place, realize that place isn't good enough, and go immediately back to where they came from. The end.
Literally, those were the 3 sentences he was talking about, basically. Just a sentence, you know? But, yeah, good heavens, what a fucking movie. It made such an impact when it came out. Because, it's interesting to think about how Beyond Thunderdome was the one before this. And as we said, we were kind of meh on it. But, like, the series went for well over a decade. I think it was like 12 years or something like that in development where it was just plotted out and storyboarded. And it just, because of that time spent in it, I think it just helped the movie more. But back to the point I was trying to make initially, it's just interesting how a series that was gone for so long managed to make like such a huge comeback like this. And Mad Max Fury Road, the 4th entry, is widely considered one of the best action movies of all time and one of the best entries in the entire series.
It really is, though.
Yeah.
The main thing I'll always remember with this movie is I did see it in theaters. Me and Jarek went to go see it, and the fire alarm got pulled halfway through, and we still waited and sat back down, and the movie is, even with, I think it was like 30 minutes, because the fire department actually had to come over.
Goddamn.
But it's just that engaging and that entertaining that it's, even with a break that long, it's still such an enthralling movie.
Oh, yeah, it's so fucking rad, and there are just several aspects of it that help. And you have George Miller's creativity, and I think this like kind of like just took the Mad Max series in an interesting new direction because it has such a different feel to it than the 3 previous movies we watched. While the second one, The Road Warrior, I think was the closest to it, this one's just more modern and more sleek, and it just doesn't lose the spirit of the original, which is fucking awesome.
I think the 2 things that help with this the most were both rules George made for the art direction.
Which were?
One was color. That's why the movie's so damn saturated and everything's so bright, and the desert is more of an orange instead of the bleakness that's usually in post-apocalypse movies.
Because he's more into like, or he's a comic book guy, right?
I mean, He had people from DC helping with the storyboards.
That's probably what I was thinking of. I didn't know if he was a comic artist or if like he had help from comic artists. I think that was what I was thinking of.
It's help from comic artists. You might also be confusing him with Del Toro, who has made comics as well.
That's probably it as well. Yeah.
But the other rule was he wanted things to look pretty. Because even, he says this in one of the behind the scenes, even when we were the most basic cavemen, we still had paintings in caves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These people wouldn't just be like, oh, here's the car. It's ugly, but it works. No, they would try to make it look cool.
Exactly. That's just who we are, man.
And they even had like a literal, they went to a junkyard and just got buckets of stuff so that way whenever the prop team was like, well, we need to make something like this, they would go in, grab a bunch of stuff and start meshing it together till it became the thing they needed.
Wow, that's so cool.
Even uh the way Nux knows his buddy is leaving is he grabs his steering wheel. All There's 52 steering wheels there, and all of them are designed different. One's with like a rotary foam, one has a skull in the
Yeah.
center.
There's just
It,
so much interesting attention to detail like that. Just little details like that that are just sprinkled throughout that like make it feel so alive, you know?
yeah, or even the one thing a lot of people know is there is a guitar player who, and his guitar shoots flames, and George Miller has an entire backstory for him. That level of detail is cool. The guitar actually works.
Oh, for real, you could actually play it.
You can actually play it and actually shoot the flamethrower.
Oh, fuck yeah. So it wasn't like all in post the like guitar. You could actually. Oh, that's so rad.
I think it's 85% of the movie is practical effects.
Yeah, it's something ludicrous like that, and it shows. Like, definitely need to get into that now because that's one of the big strong points. Because with a lot of series that are like kind of revived and made more modern, like they tend to be more CG or they're doing any risk with that. It's like no, George Miller's like these movies are all about the stunts and like the crazy shit. So let's do that times 10. Like the CG is well, we'll get to that later. But yeah, let's talk about the practical stunts for a sec. Let's do that before because my brain's kind of moving on forward a little too far. I think
It's trying to move as fast as
yes,
the movie.
it is. So it's just that hype. So yeah,
The stunt work is insane. If you have the Blu-ray, go in and check. I think it's last in the special features. It's like Crash and Mayhem or something.
mm,
It's just 6 minutes of raw footage from the stunts, so you can see everything that happens without any CG or recoloring. Just how really they did it.
yeah, and it shows. Like it is insane. Like some of the stuff that they did, and just I think that just adds to like the thrill of the movie. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because it's actually there. You're actually seeing it, and that is just a testament to like practicality and like actually doing it. And he has the luxury of doing that because Australian stuntmen are fucking insane.
The there's two stunts. One, we were talking about before the episode even started. In the ending chase, there are these people who are on top of massive poles that swing back and forth, reaching down and grabbing others from the car or jumping car to car. They actually just did that. Like these were circus performers who could do this sort of
Yeah.
thing. And there's no edited out wires. That little chain you see on them at the top, that's all they fucking had.
Yeah, literally. Just the physicality and all that needed to endure that is just insane. Like,
Well, not only just like thinking about going back and forth like that, they would do it while driving in the
yeah.
desert. So
Yeah.
you're being hit by fucking sand the
Mm-hmm.
entire time you're doing this death-defying stunt. It's
It,
just fucking incredible.
it is seriously incredible. It's just, if you love like stunts like that in movies, like, anyone who loves movies does just, yeah, oh my God. It is so just, mwah, the cherry on top, man. The fact that they kept this, like, they kept the spirit of that is awesome.
The stunt that surprised me and scared me the most is actually very early on when we I didn't talk about it in the synopsis, but if you haven't seen the movie, the war boys are all for dying in combat so they can get to Valhalla.
Yeah, that's why they scream
And the
"Witness me," so they can like look at him and like if he likes it, they can go to Valhalla. It's this weird like brainwashing thing that Morton Joe did to them.
but during the first like car chase, one of them gets shot, and then as a last act, he takes out two explosive sticks and he jumps onto a thorny car and explodes them. Here's the thing with that stunt.
Re- oh my
He
god.
They were actually driving. There were wires, and the dude did jump to go onto the car. The wires stopped just before he hit the hood. This car is covered in fucking metal spikes. If that thing snaps, he's just going to be impaled.
He's just dead. That's just how it is. That's fucking crazy.
With how close he gets,
Yeah.
I fucking clenched up. Like,
Right.
holy shit, you almost killed that guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just incredible.
Also, the final crash is so cool with
yeah.
and it's all practical. That's a real truck actually almost
Yep.
doing a full side flip.
Exactly. They actually flipped that fucking truck, and I've seen comparisons online where they show like what parts of the truck were real and what was added, and it was just some like CG to add some of the gears, and I think maybe the transition into the gear flying at the camera. But that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They actually flipped that fucking truck.
Uh, George also got scared during that stunt.
I'm sure he did.
Well, the reason was because they moved where the driver's cockpit was, so that way they could have a dummy of Nux.
Oh, okay.
However, it was hard to see where George was saying from, and he thought for a second, because you can see the dummy actually, his head goes out the top of the truck a bit before it lands.
Uh-huh.
He thought the stunt actor just fucking brained himself.
Oh no. So he just had a heart attack right there, basically.
Yeah, he didn't realize that was the dummy, and he was like, get to the truck, get to it right now. But there was so much dust in the air, no one could get in right away.
Oh my fucking god. Like no one could see. It was just that much dust.
Basically, yeah.
Wow. So, and he did that during the take they used in the film.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just the dummy that got hurt. The stunt driver was fine.
Jesus Christ. Poor George. God. He's like, yeah, okay, I might have just killed a man.
Or even the opening flip with fucking Max's car where it goes over, it rolls like 6 times.
Yeah, it's ludicrous. It's like the perfect way to start this adrenaline-fueled action film.
Everything is so good and fast.
Yeah. But yeah, I think should we get back to what I was trying to say earlier?
Yes.
Hold on. Effects.
We were focusing mainly on practical effects before we got to the CG.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it was about how like a lot of reboots tended to use that, and this just did it. Or did I make that point?
I don't think we fully got through that point. That is true. Like, this was a time with a lot of remakes and sequels, and all of them would be so covered in CG.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and plastered in CG, and like wouldn't put a lot of effort. But this just really kind of like reshaped. I guess not reshaped is the right word. This is getting off track fast. But you were saying
this was like one of the main thing with John Wick in this.
Yeah.
This was kind of what brought action back to being good.
Exactly. Yes. So it's one of the things that got the action genre back to it, because I forget. I think was it the horror renaissance or the action renaissance we covered?
We covered horror.
Yeah, but yeah, it had this whole kind of action renaissance where, like we got back to action movies being actually good.
I don't think people even remember how bad it got in the late 2000s, early 2010s with all the quick cutting and the PG-13 bullshit.
Yep. We were just afraid to have a hard R action movie for some fucking reason. Like it was so successful in the 80s, and then it like in the late 90s it kind of died out and everything had to be PG-13.
the Marvel movies were doing good, so everything
Yeah.
could just be Marvel. When would Marvel make money off of an R-rated movie? Oh, hi, Deadpool.
um, exactly. But yeah, the practical stunts fucking awesome. And this movie, it really adds to the fact too. I think that this movie is a very visual storytelling movie. You know, like it's a lot of a lot of the like emotions and the character moments are told through like visuals as opposed to saying, "Oh, I'm so sad," or them describing their emotions.
Yeah, I think I looked it up and Max only has 52 lines.
Yeah, that's it in the whole 2 hour movie.
Yeah, you can really it that's kind of the downside of doing this as a podcast is it's this movie is so visual. It's an epic. It's a
Yeah,
modern day epic.
it really is, and those are very hard to find nowadays.
And just just watching like Max and Furiosa grow as characters without they never even need like a long, well, this was my past, this is my
Yeah,
past. It's just they both see the skill of the other and realize like strengths and weaknesses between the two.
yeah, exactly. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. We can work this out. And then Max kind of grows as a character too because he's shown to be very, very tortured in flashbacks. And I guess that's one like minor downside of the movie is we're never told who these people are. It's heavily implied to be his daughter, even though canonically the daughter died before she was that age in the first movie. I don't know if we're going by that still or what.
I also swear he had a son, not a daughter.
Yeah, which is odd, but she specifically calls him daddy at one point, so we don't know. But the main point I was trying to make is that Max kind of grows the character too. He kind of finds his heart again because he starts out like kind of like, oh, life is pain, and like he's been through a lot after all that, obviously. So he kind of has a right to say that. But you see him gain a heart, and like when he goes to like stop them and say, hey, maybe we should go back. That's a big turning point for him in the story. And so much is told emotionally without saying too much.
Yeah. This, this isn't about like how big or anything. Furiosa was originally supposed to have hair.
Really?
Yeah, they couldn't think. They were trying to decide on what style to go with. However, what's the actress's name again?
Charles Theron.
Charles Theron had just done a press tour for a different movie and was so sick of makeup. She was like, just shave my head.
That's it.
Just fuck it. I'm so done with sitting in a chair and having this all done up. Just shave my head.
And that was the look they went with. Nice.
They're just like, yeah, sure, works for us. Saves us time.
Bam. Yeah. And she
This
looks
did
fucking.
cause every other movie for her that she was in later to force her to wear a wig.
Mm-hmm. And she is just fucking badass in it. Like, what could I say? Her and Max are a great pair. They're awesome.
Yeah, and looking behind the scenes too, both had a lot of input on their character. Like Max was originally supposed to go up with Furiosa at the end of the movie,
Ah.
but even Hardy went up to Georgia and was like, Max wouldn't do that. Even though he's grown as a person here, he's not ready to actually try to settle down yet.
Yep. Makes sense. And
Oh,
Nicholas Holt is great as Nux.
oh, Nicholas Holt's also great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually bouncing back to the stunts real quick, because we do see Nux in the back of the truck when Amor and Joe's truck flips. Apparently, Nicholas almost forgot to react because he was so shocked by the flip.
Really? Holy cow.
Because he was just thinking like, holy shit, are they okay? Oh wait, I'm supposed to be acting
Yeah.
right now.
Hold on, I have a job to do. And of course, we'd be remiss to mention the cast without mentioning Hugh Keys-Byrne as Immortan Joe, and he was the same actor who played Toe Cutter in the first Mad Max.
Yeah, so it's nice to kind of see him back. And also, this goes for an internet theory where Max is just fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I can kind of see it in that, but yeah.
I'm okay with the theory as long as it's not like the apocalypse hasn't happened, more just Max is some fucking raving raider who goes
Yeah,
around killing people.
exactly. And it's just something that's so great about the Mad Max universe too, because I feel like, especially compared to the other ones, this one doubled down on like the grotesqueness and the brutality of like the wasteland. You know, just in the character designs and all that. They're just some really fucked up, really interesting characters. Like every single one of the side characters is memorable and interesting, which is so fucking cool.
Yeah, we're not mentioning like a bunch of side characters, all of them with very intricate designs, like Amor and Joe's son, who's kind of the big brute that they need to take out before taking out Amor and Joe. He's covered in baby shit.
Actually,
Not literal baby shit, but like his cod piece is multiple baby doll heads. His knee pads
oh
are deformed baby
right,
doll heads.
yeah, I forgot about that. I think I only noticed that at the end, like on the back of it, he had like a doll head. It was creepy. Um, but yeah, that was
It's to show that he has a childish mind.
yeah, it's Rictus. And he was played by Nathan Jones, who is an actual like MMA artist and a strongman and a lifter and a wrestler. So he's pretty terrifying in it.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
And wow, isn't it weird that Max suddenly has no problem killing a person like this?
Yeah.
Hi, Beyond Thunderdome. I haven't forgotten about you. Gee, I wonder which I'll say is the worst Mad Max movie when we do the final spin.
I wonder. I think mine will probably be the same. Oh goodness. But yeah, it's just so cool how this just took the world and made it further and kind of made it like its own thing. It's just incredible what he managed to do with it. And I'm so glad that like it became a hit, and like why not? It's just fucking awesome.
I will say, Tom Hardy was apparently signed in 2015 to do 3 more Mad Max movies, and we've only had Furiosa since.
Yeah, we made a sequel where Max isn't even a character in the film.
Great.
Yep.
If you grab the Blu-ray of this, or even rent it from the library, whatever, watching the behind the scenes, just how
Yeah.
much love and care was put into every little detail in this fucking movie is so cool.
Oh yeah. Just the world building and all that. It's just so easily accessible if you love that style of movie, like, and you can tolerate high levels of violence. You know, just if you're an action movie lover and you haven't seen this movie, do yourself a favor, man.
I mean, I don't even think you need a high tolerance for
Yeah.
violence because the only gory thing is Amor and Joe's death, and that's a very quick showing. It's not like
Yeah.
it doesn't like linger on his torn jaw.
Exactly, but there's still like blood splurts and all that, and like very visible gore. So I mean, it definitely earns its R rating.
True. It just I don't know why I'm so stuck on the surprise that like this is a
Yeah.
modern epic.
It is, yeah, because it's just so hard to find the craftsmanship nowadays. And I think that's just a testament to how good George Miller is. Is just that, you know, that's he gets the craft. He gets what makes it epic. You know, he just has his vision and he sticks to it. He knows what makes it good.
I'm trying so hard not to bring up the thing,
So am
but
I.
it's such an easy punchline when you keep saying this.
It is. I know. I had that in the back of my mind too. I just didn't know if I was gonna say it. I didn't
In
want to.
case you're wondering, well, we won't go super into it, but there was a Variety article a while ago where George Miller was talking about how AI is the future. I don't know. I didn't read through it, so I don't know if there's more nuance to it, but if there was ever a fucking movie to be like
Yeah.
why generative AI is bullshit
Yep.
compared to human craft, it's this one.
Yeah. It's a prime example of why not to do it. And like, I don't know. It's just sad to see George Miller of all people say that. How the mighty fall. But
Which actually, bouncing off that a bit more of like the human craft, he got his wife to edit this, and the reasoning he gave, because even she was like, "Why should I edit this action
uh-huh.
movie?" She is an editor, but she usually edits. I think it's more romantic movies, like
Ah.
dramas and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But he said because if a man edited this, it would be edited like every other action movie. So gave it to her, and the editing is incredible.
Oh,
If you need
yeah.
a quick dive on how to do action, the chase out of the canyon is just perfect.
So goddamn good. It is a textbook example of how to edit a movie good.
Every scene
Yeah.
makes your eye flow
Oh,
into the next. It's awesome.
so gorgeously done. It's just such amazing storytelling. And yeah, like specifically visual, but just in general, great storytelling. And the cinematography is just so beautiful and so colorful and just so incredibly done from like basically every facet of the movie's production.
Yeah,
Like it's just one of those films that's basically like it's a perfect movie.
there's nothing really to fix here.
Yeah, there's very little to tear apart, and anything is just really nitpicky. It's just a great fucking movie. Can't praise it enough.
Really can't. I'm trying to think if there's how much else there is, because also just how big the. Even though this movie is literally you are on a truck driving in a straight line,
Yeah,
90% of it, it feels so fucking big.
it does. It's just one of those things where it's just undescribable. Like you can describe it and you get the nuances of it, but like I don't know. It's just I feel like that's just wasting time. You know, it's been done before. If you really want like a in-depth thing, go look up like a visual or sorry, a video essay of like the visual aspect of Mad Max. They're out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's many great essays on it.
Yep.
Or again, just watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch it.
If you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again.
Yeah.
It's well worth your time.
Exactly. I hadn't seen it in a good long while. It's one of those movies where no matter how many times I watch it, it's still great. I still enjoy it.
Uh, also they blow up a big rig
Mm-hmm.
near the during the climax of the movie. That was a real explosion. They didn't do it around the actors because it was too fucking big,
That makes sense.
but they legit just filled that truck to the brim with high explosives and blew it the fuck up with 17 cameras watching it so they could use every angle.
Oh fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Also, with the creation of the movie, it was storyboard first, and I wish they would release a book of all the storyboard because it's a fucking comic.
Yeah, it literally is.
It looks incredible, and I think they said they used about 80% of the shots that were planned out.
Wow, nice.
Just so much love and
Yeah,
dedication put into this movie, and it's so fucking good the entire time.
it really is. Yeah. I feel like this is like one of the best movies we've seen in a while. It's just one of those timeless things. It's a modern day classic.
I'd have to look at what we recently covered. We've been mostly with good
Oh
movies.
yeah,
I think
we have.
technically last episode it was probably the worst movie we've had in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, it was still enjoyable.
I I do want to say the Scream 2 episode is just funny to me. I'll probably bring this up again when we get to Final Spin.
Mm-hmm.
Because the entire episode is just us going, okay, it's not that bad. But
But exactly.
it was mainly because it was way more all the bad was way more interesting to talk about than the good in that movie.
Exactly, which sucks, but I'm glad that we have a movie now where that's the reverse of that, where all the good is just so much better to talk about than the bad.
I don't even know what the bad would be except
I don't
for
either.
like
There was barely
okay, we see a
anything.
couple of people in Max's flashbacks that we don't really know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. That's about it. It's not relevant.
There's even some good humor in this.
Oh yeah.
Like we've been focusing on the action, but the best joke is when the head of gas no not gas town the bullet farm is coming after them. It's the middle of the night, so they're using a searchlight, and Furiosa shoots out the light and the glass goes in his eyes. his gang members hold up a flare literally point blank, and he's like, show me the flare, show me the flare, it's there, hold it closer, it's in front of you, god damn it.
Yeah. Also, fucking love the line where he's talking about how they should go back to where they came. They're like, I thought you weren't crazy anymore.
Oh yeah, you hear one of the girls just go, I thought you weren't crazy anymore.
It's great.
Or when Nux thinks they're going to bring in Furiosa and the girls, as Max is like, that's my fucking coat. He's like, yeah, sure, take the coat. It doesn't matter, dude.
He's like, yeah, okay, man. It's just hilarious how he kind of just rolls with it. Yeah, it's just a great, crazy, insane world. It's one of those. It's just one of those apocalyptic wastelands where, like, the Mad Max really lives up to its name. You know, everyone's just butt fucking sane, and this is the world we live in now. This is the hierarchy.
Anything else?
I think that's about all I can think of at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, again, amazing fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, do that.
Do it.
And also, as always, we always rate the movies we watch with the same rating system every time.
I was looking forward to this.
So, with our normal rating system, what kind of day at the beach would you consider this movie?
Honestly, the perfect day at the beach.
Yeah, this is one of those days at the beach where you run into a group of other people and you all just have a great time.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those days where once it's over, you feel fulfilled, and it's like, man, I'm glad I had that day.
And then you go back to work and you're like, fucking hell, I missed that beach.
Yeah, what a perfect day on the beach. Exactly. That's our normal rating system because I love warm weather and the beach. Oh.
Who likes warm weather?
But,
I have a fucking picture on my phone that says average summer enjoyer. Ah, what a nice day. It's a whole world on fire with skeletons.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know how hot I keep my room.
Now, what we would be doing is spinning the series wheel one last time and seeing if we have Alien.
Yes.
However, next, because we decided to be better than Jesus, our anniversary is on Christmas Eve.
God damn it. Okay, John Lennon. Jesus.
We're better. I'm sorry, we just had that real. I'll note that wasn't actually the plan. That just happens to be the first Friday we were released.
Fucking great joke. 10 out of 10. Sorry, go on.
And before with anniversaries, we would do same as we do with 100th episodes and cover movies or even a show possibly if that we just liked a lot.
Yeah. We
realize though, if we do that, we're going to run out of movies to talk about pretty quickly. I mean, we'll always have good movies to talk about, but you know, finding something where you're like super passionate that 10 out of 10 that hits emotionally with you, not easy to find movies.
It's really not. It's hard. One of those movies that really resonates with you, it only comes around every once in a blue moon. So just in order to make sure we actually have content, we're doing this.
So now for anniversaries, we're making a small, pure random wheel. Now you may be like, what do you mean by pure random?
Literally pure random.
I took multiple wheels and multiple randomizers to pick a random year, a random genre, and a random country. We didn't always stick to all of these spinning. It was a bit case by case. This was going to be a lot longer, but turns out it's really hard to find movies from places that aren't just like the US, UK, Japan.
Yeah.
Like if you go anywhere in Latin America that isn't Mexico, it starts becoming an issue, especially when you go back to years like 1950.
Mm-hmm.
However, we did get 10 movies. One of these you may have heard. I doubt you've heard more than 3 of these movies.
Yeah, I forget. Did I know any of them?
We only really know one,
Okay.
but that this was also going to be longer. We realized how much of a pain in the ass it was, and we thought 10's good.
Yeah, we had an idea where it was going to be like more numbers and then these numbers, and then we're like, you know what? I think we were kind of staying up late too, just bullshitting, and we realized like this could go on forever. Let's just stop here.
The only thing we also needed to do was we would respin if we couldn't find a movie, basically.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we found a movie that existed, but it's not available online anywhere. There's no DVD we could purchase. Yep. It's just gone.
Yeah. So we did definitely make sure that we are able to watch these movies.
So, we got 10 movies.
Ooh.
First is Istanbul from 1985. This is a Belgium movie. I'm not going to go into plot synopsis with all of them. I'm just going to give you year, where they're from.
Yeah.
Next, we got King's Game from 2004. This is a Denmark movie. Even the Clouds Are Drifting from 1959 in South Korea.
Such a good title.
Mirage from 2014. This is a Hungarian movie.
Ooh.
Macario from 1960. This is from Mexico. The most modern movie on here, Robbing Mussolini from 2022. This is an Italian movie. It's available on Netflix.
Yeah.
Lee Perry. This is 1969. And as you can guess, it's from Germany. Okay, it's French.
I was going to say.
Blood Warriors, a TV movie from I think it's from America. It might be like Indonesian. I couldn't find where this was from, and I didn't write it down originally, which I should have.
Interesting. I'm sure we'll find it later.
The movie most people that will probably be most known out of these 10 is Who Killed Captain Alex. This is from Uganda. If you don't know, there was like this very poor village that got a camera, and they just made a movie. It's super no budget, but I've heard nothing but great things.
It's very endearing. A lot of passion behind it.
And then I think this is pronounced Rhubarb from 1951. This one is from America as well. I don't know why we landed on this one then, but we found it.
But it's a movie and it's on there.
It's a screwball comedy.
Is rhubarb spelled RHUBARB?
Yeah.
Okay, it's rhubarb then. Yeah, like rhubarb pie.
I think it's based off an old comic about a cat.
Interesting.
I know one of the movies is. I forget which.
So yes, as you all can see, completely random.
Because that's what you want for your anniversary episode. Movies no one has ever heard of.
Exactly.
God, we're so good at advertising.
Anyway.
I don't know if we'll use this same wheel next anniversary or if we'll get different movies. We'll decide on that another time.
Yes, that's a problem for future us.
But for now, it is going to be time to spin. Okay, we're going with the South Korean film, Even the Clouds Are Drifting.
Ooh, yay! I really like that title. Sounds so interesting. All right.
There is also a light fear with me where it's like, if the movie's really boring and uninteresting to talk about, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah. Really hope it isn't another repeat of like J-horror from the 60s.
Well, J-horror, we sometimes had stuff to talk about because we were so angry nothing happened.
That is also true. Yep. But yeah, definitely excited to check this one out.
But yeah, so that will be coming out the 24th, and then we'll see what the last episode of the year is going to be in that episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
I guess that's it. See you next time. Whoop!